Smothered by smog, a toxic haze hanging over New Delhi, and it is raising the level of air pollution to dangerous levels. Schools in the Indian capital have shut their doors until further notice, and private construction banned, at least for now.
India's Environmental Ministry panel on air pollution has directed Delhi and other states to encourage private offices to allow work from home. But for street vendors, staying home is not an option.
The pollution is unbearable. The government must take some steps. We are forced to work because we can't stay indoors forever.
For now, Delhi's residents will be inhaling this toxic air, which, according to a report by the University of Chicago, is 10 times worse in northern India than anywhere else in the world.
God damn, did you hear that? The air in New Delhi right now is 10 times worse than anywhere else in the world. That means you'd be better off just sticking your face in that steam that comes out of the ground in New York City. Which, by the way, what is that shit? Like, is there a fire down there? I've lived here for many years. I still don't understand what that is. Like someone dry cleaning a rat? What? I feel like it's worth looking into. No one? Just me? You know, one detail I like from the story is that the Indian government put together an environmental ministry panel on air pollution who confirmed that the air was indeed polluted. You don't need a panel. I don't know why they did that. Why do governments like doing this? You just need eyes. Yes, after 3 years of study, we have concluded that Delhi's air is brown and that this is bad. But you see, this is a great example of why we all need to move to cleaner energy. Because yes, it is expensive to do, but it is also hella expensive to constantly shut down the economy when your city turns into a sandstorm from Dune. Except this time, Timothée Chalamet isn't there to make you feel better with that smile. And you might be like, well, Trevor, why don't they just start carpooling in India? My man, they're way ahead of you and it's still not enough. It's actually a real rough spot for India because as a nation, you want to keep modernizing. You want to keep growing, but then the fallout of those effects make it so that you can't even enjoy the fruits of modernization. You know, it's almost like someone who gets really into CrossFit to help them attract women, but then they push everyone away because they can't stop talking about the fact that they joined CrossFit. Now, those abs are useless. And you wouldn't be able to tell this from the story, but New Delhi is one of the most beautiful places in the world. I mean, this is what it looked like last year after months of lockdown and the smog dissipating. But now, it's back to looking like it's stuck on a permanent sepia filter. All right, but let's move on to our final international story. And like most things in the world, this story was made in China.
The royalty of professional tennis expressing concern about the welfare of one of their own.
Honestly, it's shocking, you know, that she's missing.
Peng Shuai, a Chinese tennis champion, hasn't been seen or heard from in weeks. In early November, Peng published this bombshell post on her Chinese social media account. An open letter to a former top communist leader named Zhang Gaoli, now aged 75, who Peng accuses of sexually assaulting her after the two had an affair. Shortly after the controversial post, Peng's online profile more or less disappeared. Until recently, Peng Shuai was one of the biggest tennis stars in China. But look what happens when you try to search for people with her name in the Chinese internet. You get the message, no results found. Censors have all but scrubbed this woman from the Chinese internet. Now today, a new twist, with Chinese state media releasing this email purportedly written by Peng to the head of the Women's Tennis Association. It completely disavows the previous allegations of sexual assault, adding, "I'm not missing, nor am I unsafe, and I hope Chinese tennis will become better and better."
Yo, this is really disturbing. Someone speaks out about sexual assault, and then China's government just makes them disappear? And then what's even worse is that they release some bullshit email pretending like everything is fine. Because come on, people. That email from the tennis star was as legit as the letters I got from my supermodel girlfriend in 5th grade. She's coming next year, guys, I swear. This is what makes China so terrifying. Like, if you're on their good side, well, things are great. But if you try to tell the truth about how China is a country that constantly oppresses...
Trevor Noah 去度假了，我们祝他一切顺利。